Vince, what do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Furbies. Their cultural relevance to sleek.
Vince, there's not been a week since we started this channel that you have not suggested that.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Or I mean, I guess alternatively, we could talk about gremlins.
And their cultural significance to what?
I guess Furbies, but that might actually make sense.
To other creepy 80s movie creatures?
Yeah, because they made a Gizmo Furby, so gremlins in relation.
They made a Gizmo Furby?
They did.
Yeah? Are you surprised they haven't made a Gizmo Mr. Potato Head yet? I mean, they've done everything else.
I don't know, but that would make them more delicious.
You just bake it. I don't know. Did you notice that after a while they just stopped trying to cleverly name the Mr. Potato Heads?
Like Spider-Man, Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah. Well, actually, there was a Spider Spud. Like they were naming them back when they did that.
Him
like
Sputterman.
Like, because Darth Tater was the one that kind of started it all, with the license stuff, right? And then eventually they just started putting them out, and they're like, you know what, we just can't even come up with these anymore. So whatever. Like there's Star Trek ones now, and it's just Kirk and a Klingon. They didn't even. Oh no, I know. No, they went with Core, which at first I thought was really funny. He's like, aha, Core, and then I was like, oh wait, potatoes don't have those. And then I felt really dumb. But anyway,
and then they make Pit, and you're like, wait.
Have we talked about video games in a while?
There's a recommend coming that had a video game.
Yeah. No. That's not as important as this next question, which is, would you like to talk about video games, Vince?
Sure. With video games, we could talk about...
Yeah, what kind of topic? Because I just recently did a just random catch-all hour-long video game thing with Dan and Steve, so we might want to do something sort of specific.
We could talk about, like, the cultural impact of Mario on Furbies.
and Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potatoes. Mr.
Yeah. We could see if we could draw some kind of a line through where somehow there's a butterfly effect, and that's the reason that we don't name those anymore.
You know who's good at drawing a line in the sand? Flint Marco. He's pretty good.
Flint Marco, yeah.
Yep.
My daughter's sick. That makes it okay for me to break the law.
His name is Flynn Tinsteel.
Flynn Tinsteel.
Flynn Tinsteel.
Okay, so anyway, seriously though,
okay.
We could do, we could do GNNs on, we could do like a short series on like different companies of things. Like we
video
could do,
games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and then even like maybe spreading out from video games, we could do other things. You know what I mean? Like we could do comic companies, and we could do movie companies, and it might be fun. We've never done that. We could do we could do
then we could have a series of
show on Namco.
Hey.
And I can talk about how much I adore Galaga.
Ooh, or even Pac-Man.
I love Pac-Man, but I love Galaga more. I'm better at Pac-Man or at Galaga. But that's just because I played it a lot.
Yeah, I know you're pretty good at Galaga. I was never really.
We should do that, and we should do a Galaga. I know what we could do. We could do like a whole show on Namco, and then we could end it with playing some Namco stuff and see which one of us wins. Like we could do a Pac-Man one, and we could do a Galaga one, and then you'll probably beat me at Pac-Man, and I'll probably beat you at Galaga. But we won't tell anyone that, and then we'll just do it.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I like Pac-Man, but I am highly unlikely to beat anybody at Pac-Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You might be able to beat me. I'm pretty bad.
Yeah. I just like eating dots. Like, I don't even necessarily need to win. I'm just like, dots are fun.
Hi, I'm Vince, and I'm easily amused.
Pellets are crunchy.
We can do some stuff on early, we can do another one on, like, early Nintendo, and we could play Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Like, the original Donkey Kong, and...
I was always really partial to Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah. Is that the one with the vines?
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that.
I haven't played that in freaking years.
I just thought that was so much more fun than jumping over barrels. And
have you played NES Remix yet?
No, what's that?
Oh, you don't know what that is? Because you don't have a Wii U, but I didn't know if I showed it to you or not. I couldn't remember.
No.
NES Remix is mini games made out of old NES games. And it goes through and it kind of challenges you to do, and some of them are really easy, and then it gets harder, and it gets really silly, but it's really fun, you know. And
so
which
there's,
one is
that?
There's two of them.
Is that the thing where you can play like Luigi versus a ghost?
Yeah, they have some mix-up things where like there's a remix section where they'll mix different things together in a game, and they'll take things from one game and like throw it in Mario 3 or whatever, and yeah, it's pretty fun. The first one was pretty Mario 1 centric, and then it had like a sight bite on it, and there's a pinball game on NES. No, the game is NES remix, and it's like the first one is like 15 or 20 NES games. And they do a bunch of mini games based on those games.
That's cool.
All in one game, and then but there's two of them. So then the sequel they went with some later games. So Mario 2 and 3 are on it, and Lost Levels is on it. Or wait, maybe 2 is no 2 is on the second one. Yeah.
There's a small part of me.
But yeah, you should play that with me. It's fun.
Like
I did a platforming hour on it with Brandon shortly after it came out.
Ooh. Brandon has hand-eye coordination? I had no idea.
Hey, that's not very nice.
That's fair.
But yes, he seems to. Anyway, okay, other things we can talk about.
Wherever you are, we love you.
You know what, though? I think that might be cool down the road. What do you think?
Yeah.
To do something, because I think it might be kind of fun if like we did a show on like a company, and then we sampled something from it at the end.
Yeah, that would take preparation.
Well, yeah, but you know, people like click to watch us like do things that sometimes we sort of know what we're doing.
I never know what I'm doing. Just show up.
No, I know that. That's why I do all the work.
Just walk into a house and be like, "Hey, I don't live here."
You are so hard to insult.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just sitting here trying so hard to insult you.
That's because I don't listen to you.
Oh, that's not insulting. That's embarrassing. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You're the one that's going to see it anyway. Like most of the time, I don't wear a hat. I used to wear them all the time. I don't know why. I guess maybe I was embarrassed about that baldingness. But no, whatever. I'm married. It doesn't matter now.
It's Vince embarrassed by the baldingness. I'm embarrassed by the baldingness.
You know, Cap, my question to you is why you didn't fix that. In your face, Doomsvince.
Hey, Cap, you could have had Dan Torrey genetically engineer Doomsvince to not have male pattern baldness, you moron.
Yeah. I mean, he's not nearsighted. So.
Hey, we could do a video where I pretend to be Doomsvince.
Ooh. So you get to be Doomsvince, or do you become Doomscap, Captain of Doom?
No, because down the road if we eventually do more story stuff, because you know we've got ideas for potential sequels for Spawn Year that we're not telling people about. We could down the road. I've got plans for a potential evil Captain Logan, so I don't want to reveal that yet or make it too much like Doomsvince, because it's not going to be like Doomsvince. I'm gonna have my own take on it.
Would it be kind of like Cap Zorro?
That's funny. I have a name.
Well, yeah, it's Captain Logan, right? First name's Captain, your last name's Logan.
Yeah, because everybody calls me Captain Logan. Yes, on my birth certificate, that's what it says.
You know, did I ever tell you my mom actually considered calling me Captain Kirk?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you did.
You're friends long enough, you share the same stories over and over.
I met a guy, we've known each other, what, 8 years now? Close to 10?
I don't know, we met in college back when you slided Doom.
06, yeah. You know, because that's what actually happened.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, the name that I'm kicking around right now for the evil Captain Logan is Negalogan.
That's kind of that's very Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, that's where I got it.
I kind of like it. Negalogan.
But I was thinking Negalogan might be cool. Anyway, so what else could we? Because we need to probably make a video.
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, I suppose we could talk about the crime of the lack of backwards compatibility and things.
We've done that, but it's been years and the world changed. So yeah.
Can since you have a Wii U, can you download the stuff from your Wii to your Wii U?
I don't know if that's possible. I haven't had any reason to, because I still play it. I mean, I have them both hooked up, and I've got my classic game room, so I just keep everything hooked up.
Because I would consider getting a Wii U if it was backwards compatible, but if it's not, then screw it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good stuff on it.
I mean, I already have a Wii. We just got a PS4, PS3, PS2, and I'm like, I don't necessarily need the Wii U.
Oh, no, that's fair.
So if it's backwards compatible, then it's like upgrading rather than...
Especially because, I mean, a lot of the good stuff on it is third-party stuff. I mean, like, you know, part of the reason that I use it, you know, at all is some third-party, you know, Lego games and stuff like that, but then Disney Infinity, and then, you know, Lego Dimensions I'm going to get. But then, you know, obviously, I still buy all the Mario stuff, so... Or at least a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the Wii U is that, I guess about Nintendo in general, is that you can't have Mario. Who doesn't want to play Mario?
You should get it for Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Because Tropical Freeze is made. So I'm just saying, I mean, if you ever want to play that stuff, you can either come over here or buy that system.
That's true.
But I have it, so you could come over here.
That's true. I'll have the PS4, so you can, you know, play Arkham Knight.
We'll just trade systems for a day, and then I'll have to also lend you a Blu-ray player.
Well, I mean, I have my PS3, so...
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was just not even working.
Well, it's not. We ordered another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have other ideas for GNNs that we could do? That's good. We should be writing these down, probably. But yeah, so
I
doing
have a
like
photographic memory to remember the thing we're talking about.
So companies.
I was very pleased with that.
Oh, good. Okay. So companies sampling things and Vince being annoyed about planning, and then backwards compatibility.
Yeah. We should talk about backwards compatibility and its cultural relevance to Furbies.
Oh my god.
Slinkies and your mom's Facebook.
You and I haven't done a lot of reviews together in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, we could always do some GNNs where we just talk about old movies we've never reviewed together.
Yeah, we could review Mom's Facebook.
Because we don't really... We can review your mom's Facebook. Because we don't really have time... Well, then that's going to be a short video.
It's going to be super short.
That's going to be a short video. But...
That's show for show.
But we could like we could like both plan on watching a movie that we both have, and then
or a
watch
Netflix
it during the week, and then
movie.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Makes it easy.
I mean, we've done I do Netflix roulette sometimes with Eric, and we usually do that on off seasons, but there's no reason we couldn't come together and do that.
We totally could have done that a few weeks ago. There was something that you and I, like, for no reason at all, independently watched separately of each other.
Yeah, because we haven't had time to do
independently said redundant things of each other.
We haven't had time to do commentaries together in a long time, which is really unfortunate because of the radio show and stuff. But there's no reason we couldn't like use GNN as a space for talking about old movies. We could take requests and things. What do you think about that?
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Like what kind of movies are you talking about? Like old movies, as in movies that have not come out recently, or are you talking about like old movies?
Yeah, things that haven't come out really recently. I mean, we can still do some stuff that has if we happen to both go see them in the same movie. I usually do stuff. I usually do a review, right after I see a thing. But we could do, stuff that we bring up a lot, but we've never actually sat down and done a review of.
Yeah.
And that might be a way for people to sort of get their horror movie rewind fix.
See,
because you haven't had time to do those in a long, long time, and people ask about it all the time. So you could make me watch horror movies. You know what we could do?
Hey,
we could go back and forth, and you could pick some horror stuff, and I could pick some sci-fi stuff. That would be cool. I mean, it might be fun to we could do. Let's throw some stuff out. We could do Last Starfighter.
Yeah,
that'd be really interesting. We could do. I think it'd be fun to talk to you about Independence Day. I think that could be hilarious.
Yeah, I liked it when I was a kid. It was all right.
That's his review.
That's what it was. We could do a review of the new Nightmare on Elm Street because it's such a piece of crap.
Really?
I want to subject you to the incredible uncreativity, if that's even a word.
I think we should do that. I think we should do some GNNs on some movies, because we've exhausted a lot of really cool topics over the years, and I think there's some stuff we can go back and revisit. And I'm not saying that there aren't things we could still talk about, but it's just, we've gotten to a place where a lot of the time we'll think of something cool and we'll be like, yeah, we did that already.
How many different ways can we say you need to have structure?
Yeah,
you need to have character progression.
Yeah, and how many different ways can we say, wouldn't it be nice if we were putting out more more original stuff and not remaking everything. And we talk a lot about remakes and that kind of thing. And I think we've probably apologized for the comic book medium about as much as we can possibly get away with.
You know, the nice place to retread ground a little bit is the multi-topic extravaganza.
That's right. Well, and we do that yearly, and that'll come up here again pretty soon.
Hooray!
Because we're already almost halfway through the year, which is preposterous.
I like multi-topic extravaganza.
I know it's your favorite thing. Well, and then that'll give us GNNs for a couple months.
Yeah.
I mean, or at least usually that goes 5 to 7, 8 weeks. So we get a lot, and we still have topics we didn't cover last time. So another thing we should probably do is go back through that list and see if there's stuff that would make videos.
Yeah.
I just thought of that.
We always end up having a lot of good stuff afterwards because we find the stuff that we're like, oh, I guess we never talked about that.
Yeah.
Which that in itself is almost few and far between. I mean, because part of it is we have all those people that ask us questions of stuff that we've done before, but we can't expect them to go back and watch everything. So
yeah, exactly.
And sometimes it's even hard to remember what the title of the episode was, so it's hard to refer them back to it.
That's right. And then sometimes we did it long ago enough that it's not even as relevant now as it was back then.
I mean, I guess we could read.
Things change, and we can go back to some old topics and just, and we've done just what such and such revisited before.
I mean, if our opinions change.
Or if there's just more, there have been more developments in, because, I mean, if we were to, let's say, here's a video we did probably 5 years ago. You remember the podcast we did on cartoons, like the lack of serious animation in America, I think was the name of it.
Yeah.
And that was a video that a lot of people really liked, and I still get comments on. I don't know that I would have a lot to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, since we did that, actually, maybe I knew that before.
The status quo was kind of the same. It hasn't changed a lot. Yeah. I think animation has taken... In some ways, it's taken a little bit more seriously, but we still don't get, really serious anime, right? Like the stuff that comes out, I think...
It's still the same target audience.
Yeah.
Only now it has, the words... Well, whatever. It has a few words in it. I'm like, what can and can't you say at PG-13? I don't know.
Anyway. But yeah, I don't know.
People that don't believe in gosh go to heck.
Do they now?
They do.
Oh, man. Heck, I would hate to go to heck. That sounds like a terrible place. Well, anyway, well, I think we have some ideas.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So which one should we shoot? Which one should we do first?
I think we should talk about the cultural relevance of Furby.
You realize that once we finally do it and put it out there, you can't say that anymore.
I'll still say it. See, then it'll be funny because we've already done that, and then you will say, but we can't retread topics unless our opinion has changed. And then I will say something to the effect of how advancing technology has changed Slinky, or has changed the spring enough that it changes its cultural relevance to Furbies. So then we have to re-talk about it.
And it's up, 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 and away I pogo!
You know, my nose has been itching all day, just so bad. I think it's the pollen count.
Oh, sorry about all the pollen in
That's your basement. That's the problem.
There's so much pollen down here in Geekvolution headquarters.
The Bat Cave is covered
in pollen. Well, you know what would be really funny? If one of these days we just, recorded one of these conversations that we're having, like right now, and posted it.
Hi, I'm Captain Logan. Hi, I'm Vince. Let's talk about topics. What do you want to talk about? I don't know. Why are we doing it at the same time? We're the same voice.
Be sure to support your local comic book store.
Little surfer smartphone. You make me feel so alone. No more Facebook, cause my screen is cracked.
My screen is cracked.
Little
surfer phone, little surfer phone, little surfer